station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, coming up on the news at noon, how to move forward, what the Chesapeake, Virginia community is doing to cope with this week's tragedy. And later, the people have spoken, how Twitter users are weighing in on the future of banned accounts on the site. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Lex Juarez, filling in for Mark Hall. Weather forecaster Brittany Ward is here and joins us with a latest check on the forecast. Brittany, it was raining a lot earlier this morning, but I saw the sun out right before I walked in.
Yeah, you know what? Sunny skies, that's going to be the trend heading into our afternoon. And the good news, Lex, is we're going to be dry all the way up until Saturday. So definitely was a soggy start to our Black Friday shopping. We're taking a live look at radar right now, showing you that cold front slowly pushing those showers that we saw this morning out of our area. Plenty of sunshine will be in store behind this cold front, but we also have some breezy conditions to talk about. So for your weather headlines today, it's going to be a breezy but yet warm afternoon. Sunshine will continue all the way up until at least Saturday. By Sunday, that's when we start to see rain return its way back into the DMV, but we got 50s to talk about as we head into our work week. So temperatures right now across the entire mid-Atlantic are fairly warm out there, upper 50s here in DC, mid 50s as you head to Richmond, 62 there in Raleigh, 50 as you head over there to Philadelphia. Overall highs in the district will be in the 60s. You can see very mild temperatures throughout the mid-Atlantic overall, shaping out to be a beautiful afternoon out there. Here's a quick look at your afternoon planner. By 1 o'clock, lots of sunshine here in the nation's capital. You're seeing those lower 60s by 3, but we could see a few more clouds work their way into our area, but we're tracking showers for your weekend, so definitely keep it here, Lex. I'll give you the weekend forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thank you so much, Brittany. Well, happy Black Friday. I actually spent the morning at Tyson's Corner Mall talking to shoppers about how today is about more than just shopping. They told me that it's actually a way for them to bond.
We left at 4 a.m., got here around like 5:40ish.
We got here around 6:30, a little later.
We just left Altered State and we got matching hoodies.
Matching hoodies.
Yeah, best friends. Yeah, so I got the same hoodie. It was buy one, get one free, so we both got one.
Most likely to listen to Christmas music all year long.
Most likely to watch Christmas movies.
Most likely to drink with the elves.
Most likely to peek at all the presents.
Most likely to shoot the reindeer.
We've been planning this. We're all in college and we came home, got together. We knew we were going to do this even though we're all super tired.
Yeah,
it's a big tradition for us.
We're up to 6 compliments already for today, and I know what time it is at 7:30, so we've been here about an hour, and people are just walking by. Love your shirts. It's just nice to hear friendship and fellowship and everybody having fun.
Well, the holidays haven't been a celebration for everyone. The search is on for a suspect who shot at a 15-year-old boy in Northeast D.C. It happened yesterday on East Capitol Street near a Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl football game. Police tell us the suspect actually targeted the teen. DC News Now's Dave Laval spoke with the man who witnessed the moments leading up to the attack.
I heard the gunshots from my, kitchen, and I looked out, I saw people running, and within 5 minutes, the whole place was cordoned off.
Nelson Gomez has a disturbing reminder of Saturday's shooting. The victim's handprints can be found on the hood of his car.
I'm just glad the kid's okay. He had like a bunch of paramedics all around him.
DC police converged on the scene after they said gunshots erupted just before 1:30 p.m. at East Capitol Street Northeast and 17th Street. The shooting took place about a block from Eastern High School, where the annual Turkey Bowl game took place. Police told us the shooting is not connected to a fight that took place inside the stadium, nor is it tied to another shooting earlier in the day, this time at 49th and North Capitol Streets, that wounded a man.
This right here is frustrating for me. I'm tired of talking about gun violence.
DC Police Commander Tasha Bryant did not hold back her thoughts on another teen wounded by gun violence.
I'm tired of seeing kids be victims. I'm tired of seeing kids victimize other children. We have to do better than this.
Well, that was Dave Laval reporting. Police say the teen is expected to recover. They're looking for an older model gray Toyota Camry that had 2 to 3 people inside of it, including possibly a female driver. The car has a DC license plate, FP3600. You are asked to call MPD if you have any information. And happening soon, honoring the victims. In a few days, the city of Chesapeake, Virginia will hold a candlelight vigil to remember those injured in Tuesday night's mass shooting. 6 Walmart employees were killed after a store manager entered the break room with a pistol and started shooting. City officials expect to release new details from the ongoing investigation at the upcoming vigil. And while people living in Chesapeake are working to cope with what happened, they're also taking time to honor those victims.
For the victims, they'd want us to go about our daily lives as usual. And I think that is, like I said, that is the best way to pay tribute to them. And as far as I'm concerned, the only way to pay tribute right now.
Well, the vigil will be held in Chesapeake City Park on Monday at 6 p.m. And we have new details on the possible reason why the gunman chose to do this. Julie Millay with our sister station, Wavy, takes a deeper look at the motive.
The suspect said he was upset about a recent change in his employment status. According to our source, the manifesto said that his coworkers were harassing him about his new role here at Walmart. FBI officials continue to process evidence at the scene of the deadly Walmart shooting, and we're learning new details about the man accused of shooting 6 of his coworkers before turning the gun on himself. A Walmart representative tells us the 31-year-old was an overnight team lead at Walmart. Wavy 10 spoke exclusively to a former employee who worked directly under the suspect at Walmart before leaving to take a new position just 6 months ago. While the employee did not want his identity revealed, he said he, quote, never saw this coming. Describing the shooter as both carefree and easygoing, the employee told us the suspect mostly got along with his colleagues, though he admitted there were some people who disliked working with him. A law enforcement source confirmed exclusively to Wavy's investigative team that the suspect left a manifesto on his cell phone, claiming he was unhappy with the recent change in his employment status and that he felt his coworkers were harassing him about it. At this time, we don't know what that change in his employment status was. A source also confirmed to us that while searching the suspect's home, investigators did not find any materials related to the victims. We have reached out to Walmart to see if they can confirm to us what that change in the employment status was. For now, if you have any information about what happened here, you are asked to reach out to the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's 1-800-CALL-FBI.
On the roads this holiday, a helicopter landed on I-95 in Virginia yesterday, bringing Thanksgiving traffic to a standstill. Video shows the moments that chopper closed in on the scene in Prince William County. We're told the medvac was called in for a crash with at least 1 person hurt in Woodbridge near the Occoquan River. All lanes on I-95 South were closed for almost 2 hours. And as you can see, it caused backups for miles. At this time, all lanes have reopened. And developing now, the rapper formerly known as Kanye West has attacked Donald Trump in a campaign promotion video posted to his newly reinstated Twitter account. This after recent announcements that both Ye and Trump plan to run for president in 2024. Well, Ye says that Trump screamed at him during a meeting they had at Mar-a-Lago after Ye says he asked Trump to be his vice president. Also in that meeting was Nick Fuentes, a well-documented white nationalist. Ye also praised Fuentes in his videos last night. The rapper continues to spread anti-Semitic disinformation that can be seen in his promo videos. Well, checking in on Elon Musk's Twitter takeover, Musk says he plans to reinstate most suspended accounts on Twitter. This comes after another one of the polls that he conducted on the social media site, which he says gives the power back to the people. Musk asked, should Twitter offer a general amnesty to suspended accounts, provided they have not broken the law? 72% of respondents said yes. And in a follow-up after that poll, Musk said the people have spoken and that amnesty will begin next week. He added what seems to be becoming his standard signature on Twitter, a Latin phrase meaning the voice of the people is the voice of God. And the Associated Press has cited online safety experts who are sounding alarms about Musk's plans to unban thousands Musk himself responded to that article saying, quote, AP is such an expert in disinformation, Twitter couldn't hope to compete. Well, a report from the European Union on Thursday says that Twitter took longer to review abusive content on the platform this year than it did last year. And giving back the holiday season, it is such a good time to give back to those around you, and a former military sergeant is doing just that. Our Steve Cohen caught up with the Sergeant Patrick Parker to see what he's doing to help the people of Maryland.
Meet Patrick Parker, an Alabama native. Sergeant Parker did tours in Iraq. Desert Storm, was awarded the Bronze Star. Parker said he was bullied, even skipped school to avoid it. When he skipped, he would miss meals that he received. But now, as an adult, he is on a national crusade to stop bullying and help nonprofits.
But it's all about food agencies everywhere. 13 million children not eating every night. Let's make sure they have a meal.
A survey by the U.S. Department of Education showed that 62% of teachers say children in their classrooms are coming to school hungry. The United Way reports that 13 million kids in the U.S. go to bed hungry, and according to the National Center on Educational Statistics, 160,000 are truant because they fear bullying.
I say that 3,069 kids attempt suicide every day because of bullying. So some days I'll do 3,069 push-ups.
Push-ups, that is how Parker is drawing attention to help children in need. Patrick Parker, a.k.a. Sergeant Push-Up, travels the country. He speaks to schools, churches, and service organizations about his fight against childhood hunger. And to stop bullying, his partner, Leslie Parker, travels across the country on this crusade.
He really is dedicated for what he does. So I'm proud of his endeavors and things that he puts his heart into it.
And while this holiday weather is just perfect for completing those 30,000 push-ups, Sergeant Parker just returned from Buffalo, where he did 750 push-ups in that landmark blizzard. Reporting from Maryland, Stephen Cohen, DC News Now.